chaos, calamity, and cautions. Tyler Reddick will not be denied his very first win with 23-11. And let's talk about why we are here for the speed. All right, guys. Well, that was something. That was a lot.
Definitely.
That was a lot of.
That was one heck of a race.
I'm gonna be honest.
I'm about it.
I'm not sure my heart rate has lowered enough yet from the end of that race yet.
You know, it really kind of put me off because I was expecting like the complete opposite, and it was chaos,
No,
man.
It was crazy with all the different strategies and the cautions that came through.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, what's up?
Before we get too far, we should do intros.
I'll say what's up.
Let's do intros.
I'll say what's up. My name is DJ with Here for the Speed podcast. Good to be with you guys. I'm joined by
I'm Jake. I'm sitting next to
Nate, and I'm sitting next to.
My name's Matthew, local Brad Keselowski fan, and I am back with the Here for the
You're
Speed
back.
podcast.
You're
Yes,
back.
sir.
He was
all day.
He was emotionally traumatized and couldn't make it last week.
I was crying at home, so there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I missed my chance to get a signature from Brad.
It was so close.
At least
My
he signed
next
someone's
chance will
buns.
be, he signs. I was right in between the two people. I was right in between two people that personally knew Brad and someone needed his bun signed. And I was just the forgotten child in the
I'm not
middle.
gonna
So I
lie,
was
you
sad.
were absolutely quiet, and I was letting
I was
him
starstruck.
know you had his
Starstruck.
customized jersey on.
I was wearing all the merch.
I know.
Yeah,
And-
but you didn't have them good buns.
That's
I
true.
didn't have
You
good
need-
buns.
you need them
Always
Hawaiian
I had
buns.
custom merch that I bought. I had the hat from like 4 years ago that I still wear to this day. And I couldn't say a word. I was just hoping he'd look at me so I could get a signature. And it just didn't happen.
Nah. I will say, to Brad's credit, he did stay longer than any other driver.
Oh, he was
True.
running.
That is
He
true.
was
Give him
so
credit
far
there.
They were
behind.
trying to kick all the
Absolutely.
security was trying to kick everybody out, and Brad was still staying. Taking
And
photos
you
and
could
signing
hear
stuff, man.
in the, we got a video of it, and you can actually hear in the video them saying, "All right, we gotta go, and
Yeah.
Brad still stayed and signed the guy's buns.
Brad
I was-
is about
I
the
was-
fans.
I was being
Brad-
yelled at by
Brad was
all
about
of
them
Atlanta's, Atlanta security. They were trying to get me out of there as quick as possible, and I was starstruck. He was right there, and I was like, I couldn't get his attention.
Yeah.
Some guy named Cody or Corey was in front of me, and I was like, I'm
That's
screwed.
okay, man.
And-
Maybe
Well-
next time.
We
Yeah.
definitely appreciate Lindsay filling in your absence, but we missed you. Glad to have you back.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Absolutely. All right, so let's talk about this race, the race at Coda. So what'd you guys think? I mean, it was. I think anyone got their money's worth out
I
of this
think you
race.
named it, man, or you nailed it. Calamity, chaos, and cautions, man. Because that
Bro, it
from
was-
start, I mean, there's a middle that was pretty dry and pretty.
Even the
I won't say
beginning.
dry, but pretty straightforward. And
Yeah.
then, but the beginning and the end was, I mean, it was wild.
Yeah, it was crazy. The beginning, I felt like the beginning. It's kind of that situation again where the beginning of the race, especially we'll kind of talk about it later with the stage cautions being removed. I think that removed a lot of the urgency at the beginning of the race. Whereas, normally there'd be a lot more going on, people trying to get to the stage and stuff like that. Whereas I think that kind of tapered off. But man, it all seemed to build up right there at the end.
See, I kind of think like stage 1 and stage 2 last year, or even any road course last year, was a little more calm, and you saw the chaos
Yeah.
start in stage 3. But this year, it was from the drop of the rag, man. It was hard racing from the get go.
Oh, I think the strategies that had to come in play with a lot of the teams showed out early on. Some people were on really short pit strategies to run it long. Some people wanted to wait till 2 or 3 laps of the stage and kind of play it like they used to. And you saw that kind of between every team and every manufacturer. There wasn't really a bias in between them.
Yeah.
And it showed up at the end. I mean, just throwing it out there like Kyle Busch. He was in the back all day, and boom, he's up there at the very end of the race.
Finished second.
Finished second.
Yeah.
Like, what an amazing run for someone like Kyle, where he was struggling all day. He was getting what he could, and he found his way at the end.
Yeah, I mean, he's shown it early off in the season when he was running in Xfinity that he's really good at knowing when to pit and work his way up the field.
Right place at the right time.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Kyle Busch knows
Yeah.
where to put it.
I think it was really interesting with probably 7, 8 laps, maybe 10 to go. We were all looking at our fantasy lineup, and we're kind of like, I mean, it's going to be a good day or a bad day or whoever. man, the end of the
It
race,
changed multiple times.
man, it took that whole thing, put it in a blender, and we all got completely different.
And there was multiple times where it's like, oh, now I'm doing good, and then it's like, oh, now I'm doing terrible, and then it flopped back again.
I was doing my absolute most to keep Twitter active and entertaining.
We could tell.
Today was definitely
Every
up and down for
restart
me.
was different.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel that.
yeah. What did you guys think about the truck race?
Truck race I thought was good. I mean, in all honesty, I mean, with who won their truck race? I want to say it was Zane Smith, right?
It was
Zane
Zane Smith.
Yeah,
Kurt,
and
Kurt
he
Busch
burned
and,
his car down.
Kyle Busch actually ran.
Bro, makes
second.
sense. Makes sense. I mean, they had the two best trucks. I thought it was relatively caution free. I thought they raced very good. Now, on my aspect, I was watching from the Fox Sports app, which was atrocious. I only watched about 65% of the race because it just kept cutting out. Don't
Man,
know how to
we
fix
had
that. I
problems.
have great internet.
We had
and
problems today.
it's strictly
Yeah, we
just
had
the
problems
app.
today,
so
man. They got to fix that.
I thought the end of the race was good, but again, I only got about 65% of the race.
Yeah,
I would say, surprisingly about Kyle Busch, right? Hats off to Zane Smith. Ran a
Yeah.
good race, finished strong, came out there and took the trophy. I will say,
and burned his car down, literally.
and literally burned his car down.
Yeah,
What's interesting to me about KBM with the new Chevy body that they're using versus what they used to be with the Toyota, they are not the dominant factor that they were last year. And I mean, what else is there to attribute besides a different body style? You know, so I
But
think
they're
that's
always
super
finding
interesting.
themselves up front.
No, they're up front, but they haven't won. Or specifically, I'm talking about Kyle Busch.
Kyle
But-
Busch hasn't won.
but
Maybe
Kyle
it's
Busch-
something to do with the type of vehicle.
But he's known to go 5 for 5 in
mean,
trucks. You know what I mean? In
that's
his
true.
truck appearances. So
Yeah, he usually
I just-
dominates in that 51 when he's in it.
exactly, it's normally hands down the class of the field.
But have you seen the Toyota trucks take a downturn since Kyle Busch hasn't been a part
What
of it?
is the 38? What is he? Is he
It's
Chevy
Ford.
or Toyota?
No,
Ford.
38's
Ford.
all Ford.
it's a Ford.
Oh yeah, front row motorsports.
Yeah,
Yeah,
front row. He's going to be a contender for all Ford
Yeah.
moving forward.
He might be the
100%.
next SHR guy.
I 100%
so
believe it.
I see what you're saying, but I mean, KBM was the Toyota team. I mean, they had
In trucks, yes.
what's Matt Crafton's team? I'm drawing a blank.
Thor Motorsports.
Yes,
Thor.
they were good,
Yep.
but KBM was still the class of the field.
Yeah,
Right. I mean, I know they didn't run the full season. A lot
Thor
of those
hasn't
trucks,
done
but
much
they were
this
still
year
really
either.
good. No. And if we're talking about Thor, Haley Deegan,
Rough.
I have been on her train for a long time, and I think I'm
Too
done,
many
man.
mistakes. I think
Not
that's
even
what
that.
it comes
She's just
down
not
to.
aggressive.
Yeah.
She's not aggressive. Too
And
many
she has
mistakes. She races a lot like, and I'm gonna be honest, it's a lot like Cole Custer. Very passive. Kind of makes mistakes where she doesn't need to.
gets lucky once in a while.
Gets
And
lucky
the thing
once
is
in a
that-
while. Gets a good top 10. But does she deserve to be in a Thor Motorsports vehicle?
We
Yeah.
know that 13
That's
is a good
rough.
ride.
It's
yeah,
a good.
that's what I was just
ride.
about to say. She has a great ride, and if you can't capitalize on the great ride that you have, I mean, you're really falling
The,
behind.
Yeah.
the truck series is a dog eat dog series if there ever was one.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
you got
brutal, man.
You got what? Ben Rhodes, Matt Crafton, Ty Majeski, and Haley Deegan. Bro,
It's
there's
time-
obviously one weak link there.
It's time for her to prove herself.
She needs to.
She
She
has
needs
to.
to. She needs to come out and be a little bit more aggressive. I think she has it in her, and I think she has a lot of the talent to show for it, especially with her background.
I don't know, man. I gave her the benefit of the doubt.
I'ma keep-
not
I'ma
being
keep
in a
giving her
great
to her.
vehicle last. I mean, it was a good ride, but it wasn't a great ride. There's no doubt that Thor Sports are some of the best rides in the field.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
You know, they're maybe not the pinnacle all the time, but I mean, that's a good ride. And she's constantly outran by her teammates. I want to see her do great. She can race great, but I need to see that aggression really
I
crank
say
up.
give it through the rest of the year. Give it through the rest of the year. Let her
That's
get a
what we
little
said
bit more
last
used
year.
to it.
And what happened?
But, I mean, yeah, she saw it. She finished decent for her race last
Decent.
year.
okay. Hold on, just
Sorry.
You're
Going
not
too far.
moving. No.
Sorry.
Before you say that,
You got
you're,
into
you're not
trucks,
moving.
bro.
Hold on. You're not moving up if you're decent. That's a fact. You need to be great. If you're
your
not
name's
great,
Haley Deegan and you're bringing the money, you're moving up.
then why she ain't in Xfinity this year?
Give her
She
one more
obviously
year.
don't have the money.
Give her one more
Okay.
year.
We'll see.
So what I was gonna say is, look at somebody like Daniel Suarez. Okay, I was
Mi
in
amigo?
Cup. Yes, mi amigo.
Ah,
mi
mi amigo.
amigo. Yes.
Orale.
Yeah. So look at Suarez. he didn't have a really successful Cup career at first.
True.
Came in, and it took him how many years, getting to Trackhouse before he started really kind of things started clicking. Maybe it just takes time. Maybe she just needs a little more time.
I don't know. I disagree with that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I see what you're saying, but here's the thing. Suarez got moved into Xfinity and was quickly, because Carl Edwards quickly retired out of nowhere, out of thin air. I'm done. I'm out. And they moved him into Cup before he was ready.
Okay.
And Joe Gibbs gave him a couple years. You're not the guy. You're out.
Yep.
Right? And he moved to Stuart Haas in a 41 that has not performed since Kurt Busch left it.
Still isn't.
Still not.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's not a good ride. It's not there yet. So it was I don't think that's fair. Because Suarez is a good driver. You see that now with Trackhouse.
Yeah.
But the 41 wasn't that
top
great.
5. Top.
Yeah.
I want to
Really
say top
good
5
day.
this race.
He
Hold on.
ran
Give me one
a
second.
No,
really
I
good
don't
race.
think so. I think he got
Let me
one of
grab
the
my
last,
stats.
I think
No,
in one
he
of the
got a
last
flat
cautions.
tire. Yeah, but
Something happened.
he ran great
He
all
was
day.
he was a top 5 car.
I still want to
Yes.
get
Like,
my
for
He's
sure.
been running pretty good all year.
Well, even last year. Actually, since he
Yes.
went to Trackhouse, he's been running pretty
Noticeably different from when he was with Gibbs and when he was with Stuart
Because I
Haas.
remember when
He started top 5 today, right?
I don't think he started
you're right.
top
Sorry,
5.
he
top
did get
top
a flat
10,
tire.
top 10.
Top 10.
Yeah.
He
Top
finished
10 for sure.
27th.
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
he had an issue,
Rough.
but he had,
That's
That's
unfortunate.
unfortunate.
but he had a top 5 car for sure. Like he was up there all day. So I mean, I think he avoids some issues, and I think he's right there. So yeah, I don't know. That was just something I thought of as like maybe people are jumping off of that bandwagon too quickly. I don't know.
You talking about Haley Deegan?
Going back to Deegan.
Deegan.
I don't know.
I just don't see the aggression, man. You got to go out there, put your elbows out. I don't see it. And I want to see, I like Haley Deegan. I like when she was on Dale Jr.'s podcast and when she was on Door Bumper Clear, it's like her personality is amazing. And NASCAR needs her. She's super cool, man. And people gravitate towards her. But on the track, like she's a good racer, but like you can be a great racer, but if you don't send it in there, put your elbows out and make 8 wheels race better than 4, I don't think you're going to make it, man.
Yeah.
You got to race like that.
She's definitely got some issues there. All right, moving on. What about Xfinity? You guys got anything to add about the Xfinity race?
I thought it was pretty good.
It was an entertaining race. I really enjoyed it.
I was really happy with Daddy Dinger.
Yeah, I knew
Yeah,
you were.
well.
So with our
Ringer,
fantasy
ringer,
picks,
ringer.
with our fantasy picks, me and Jake had Allmendinger and I had William Byron. No wait, did I have William Byron? No, I had.
And you lost.
Yeah,
I had
Gibbs.
Tyler. I had Ty Gibbs. But anyways, besides all that, William Byron, I think he would have had a shot for it without missing
but
the
he
S
don't. He
turns.
don't race 30 like that. He might have given him a little bumper, but he wasn't going to dump him like Chastain did last year.
You never know until you're in the situation, right? I mean,
That's
I
true.
don't want to say anything for William Byron, but he missed those turns on the last lap, and I think that really hurt him to give Dinger a better chance of getting the win. So I was about it. I was all about Allmendinger winning. I think he deserved it. He had a great car. Obviously, coming back to the Xfinity Series, he dominated it.
Yeah.
And he did really great. I just think it would have been a little bit better if William Byron didn't miss those turns.
Yeah.
Probably.
I'll say the only really thing I have to say about the Xfinity Series is mainly just AJ Allmendinger. So, colleague has been pretty mid. They've been good, but they weren't like they were a couple of years ago. And their Xfinity, since they went to Cup, their Xfinity Series
They
program has taken a
probably
step
pulled
down.
some of their budget away. Would be
Of
my
course,
guess.
and taking some of their good people up.
Yeah.
Of course. But it just shows what AJ Allmendinger can do in a car that's not the best car, and go
Yeah.
out there and run it like
Every time we're at a road course and it's the Xfinity Series, he is in the top 2. Like our top
it's
3.
crazy what he'll get out of a car.
Like it is an automatic pick. Like for any like even in Cup, like he's almost a guaranteed everyone needs to pick him.
Yep.
And you know what? His team's energy is great for the sport.
Oh, he brings
Colleague
it
is
all.
awesome.
Colleague
Absolutely,
is really good.
man. I mean, you had to see them at the end
I
of
kind of,
his win.
Yeah,
I mean, they were throwing water on someone. I mean,
kinda
it was
put-
absolutely mind blowing.
I
So,
put them
Colleague-
in like Trackhouse, like them
Yes.
kind of together with like their energy.
It was like the
So-
end of like the end of a football game. You know how
yeah.
they throw
Yes.
the Gatorade on the
It's
coach?
almost like he won like the Super Bowl or something. Like he just won Coda, but it's like he won the championship.
Yeah,
like
the
he runs
energy
out,
was-
and he's all about it. He's
Yeah.
like, "Ah."
So
Energy
colleague,
was great.
Colleague has a saying, like especially with a part-time ride, they're trophy hunting. Second place is trash.
You might as well wreck
They
the
want
car.
a trophy or bring me the steering wheel and a junk race car.
Yeah.
I love it. Then that's Chris Rice, their director that's running their program, man. He's awesome, man. I love it.
Love it.
Fun
love it.
fact: he was 2 RVs away from us at Daytona.
That's
We
true.
were watching him on top of the hauler,
We're-
watching his team during the 500. It was
We were a little
pretty
starstruck,
awesome.
like, oh, we want to go say hi, but
But I didn't want to be that guy. I didn't want to be that guy and be like, "Hey, Mr. Rice."
So all right.
Rice.
So do we? So talking about the main event, the Cup race. Highlights obviously is Reddick. Absolutely, especially the second half of that race just took over.
Oh, it was amazing.
that's all but a domination race.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I mean,
that was
he
really
was
good.
unquestionably the fastest
was-
car out there.
He dominated, bro.
Bill Byron
Not the
versus
first
Tyler
stage.
Reddick all day.
He dominated, bro.
He was in the top 5.
I wouldn't
all
say
day.
it was
in
the
top
first-
5
Well,
the whole
okay,
race, dude.
The only reason why I say he wouldn't, but a domination's like me and Matt went to Charlotte a few years ago.
Started first, won the pole, won both stages, won the race. That's
Remember-
what
I'm
remember-
dominated.
saying,
It's
dude.
like
No,
y'all
no,
picking
no,
on me
no.
with
And I didn't even
Kyle
pick
Busch,
him.
Do you
like
remember,
4 races
Matt?
ago.
Do you remember we went to Coke 600
Oh my
and
God.
Martin Truex led like 389 out of 400 laps?
Yeah, bro.
That's domination,
It
bro.
was the
All right, but
fastest
we're
400
talking
ever.
about 60-something laps. All right. He was up most of the time in first. Okay. Even in the first stage, he was up in the top 5.
He
Okay.
knew how to
Started the
control
race
it.
up front. Like, dude, he dominated, bro.
He was the best
And I
car.
didn't even
it's
pick him.
all but a domination.
Oh my God. Get out of here, bro.
You
outta
gotta
here.
lead like 95% of the laps.
Nah,
For me.
man. Get out of here, bro.
Toxic.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
super
toxic.
toxic.
All right.
He dominated.
That Coke 600 we went to set the bar.
It kind of did.
That is true.
I
and then
feel
we
that.
drove home
I've-
after it. It was kind of wild.
I've never seen anybody lead that many laps. I didn't even know that was possible.
Oh,
that's
God.
that's borderline boring.
I guarantee you,
Yes.
if you look back to like the 2016 Coke 600 where Truex won, it was like he led 391 out of 400 laps.
I think he led.
It was some
It
stupid
was all
stat.
but single digit laps.
Yes.
It was crazy.
It was all but caution laps.
Yeah. All right. So moving on. Let's talk about another topic. This wouldn't fit in anywhere else, so I had no idea where in the world to put it.
It's all right. We'll get it going.
Yep. So Chevy is discontinuing the production of the Camaro in the year of 2024. We don't really know what that means yet, so this is going to be a lot of speculation. Speculation.
We'll
I'm
leave
about
this,
it.
talk.
we'll leave this to the Chevy.
This isn't
fan.
about
I'm
it.
about.
It's not an
Oh,
about
it's
it.
not about- okay,
Calm
okay.
down, bro. Calm down. Breathe. Woo! Calm down.
Reel it
Listen,
Listen,
back,
man,
reel
you
it back.
mentioned Chevy.
You're-
I'm about Chevy all the way.
Nate be over there just a whole.
We're about
Chevy.
this. We're about to Camaro leaving.
No.
He's like, I'm about it.
No. I'm
that
about
trash
Chevy.
outta
I'm
here.
not about them discontinuing. But go ahead. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
No, that was it.
That's it. It's up to you.
No,
How do you
so,
feel about that?
Yeah, so basically what they've said is that 2024 will be the last year of production. That means NASCAR will be able to use the Camaro for the 2024 season, even if they
And
only
25.
and 25. Okay, I
Based
heard it
off
was.
of what I read online.
I read
on Twitter.
just 24. So
So I
okay.
heard 25 also because the 24 model is sold into 25.
25. So
Yeah.
okay. So as long as it's sold in that year, they can still use
Yes.
it. So 25, 24 or 25, 25 probably will be the last year that they can use that. Now
So wait, what's the plan after that?
they have
Nobody
not
knows.
said.
We don't know.
Oh God,
Now-
they're gonna go to the electric thing.
Well, there's a
So
couple of different
I've heard
rumors.
two different things.
Yeah, you go ahead.
So I've heard the Corvette, which is one, or the other is the Cadillac.
Oh God,
Wrong.
Switch to the Cadillac. No, hey,
Both are
you
wrong.
say that? Look at the IMSA Cadillac. It's a little fire, bro.
I understand.
I'll show
it's
you a photo of it
American,
later.
but
Yeah, I just
Absolutely
don't. I just
not.
don't know. Well, my only issue with that is I just don't know. Is that the kind of brand for NASCAR? Like,
Nope.
is Cadillac gonna
No.
fit in that? I don't think it does.
Wrong.
absolutely. Not.
Y'all are gonna absolutely freak out and laugh at me for this. I already know it. But I think Kia would be better than
God.
Cadillac.
God.
DJ,
What?
just stop.
You say that because you own a Kia, bro. Get
I do.
out of here,
No.
bro.
But okay,
You and your
okay.
soul got to get out of here.
Hold on. Hear me out on this though. What is more of an everyday person's car, a
I buy
Kia
it 100%.
or a Cadillac?
Hey,
what
the
is
No,
singer's
honestly,
pretty
DJ,
fast.
NASCAR
do not
is
even
the
start
every man's
What if,
car.
hey, what if they bring back something else?
The
I don't know what it would be.
GTO. They're bringing back the GTO.
You don't know.
Firebird.
You can't say that. You're
I'm
assuming.
about it.
The
Bro, why
GTO.
do you
If
say
they
that?
bring back the GTO, I'm about it.
Chevy is going to need an American muscle car to compete with other manufacturers.
Hold on, no, wait,
100%.
let's talk about this. Didn't they
Okay,
say
I'm
this
trying.
is just the end of this generation?
So the
of
way they
Camaro?
phrased it specifically was, "This is the end of the Camaro. Thank you, Generation 6."
But
Yes.
didn't Ford do this a couple years with the
Yes,
Mustang?
they
and
got rid
Okay.
of no.
Hold on, Ford did this. They got rid of the Mustang and came back with a new body Mustang.
Yes, they did.
Yes. Now, however, I will say
Okay.
this: Chevy did post something on social media that said, "Just wait to see what we have," and it was a silhouette of a car. It was
So,
clearly a sports car.
I did hear Chevy say the Camaro is not done.
I think they're going to redo it, and personally, I think they're going to turn it into electric.
Trash.
That'll be
Listen,
so trash.
No, don't
dude.
get me wrong. I love electric cars. Okay.
Listen,
okay.
man, not for racing.
No, well,
Thank
of
you.
course not.
Agreed.
A Tesla doesn't work on a
I'm
racetrack.
about it.
Not for racing, dude.
I'm not about
No.
electric.
No, so but my point is now there has been rumors for a long time about NASCAR creating a new series, an electric series.
Oh God.
There has been rumors.
Hey, the Mach-E's
Action's
already
detrimental.
the
No, I
Mach-E's,
mean, hold on,
Mach-E's
hold on.
already out there.
That's
You
absolutely.
got every car is, and think about it, California, you won't be able to buy a gas powered vehicle out there in 10 years. There is a huge EV market that's about to hit. The manufacturers are going to want to sell that. How do you do that? Hey, a racing series.
Yes.
So what are they gonna do? They're gonna run the Chevy Lightning in the truck series.
The Chevy
Get outta
Chevy
here.
doesn't have a Lightning.
The Ford.
Oh, the Ford Lightning.
All right,
Get out
so
of here, bro.
Realistically,
Chevy
I
doesn't
don't
even know his
see-
cars.
I don't see them. There's still going to be a
There's a lot of-
NASCAR series for a while.
I don't like it.
Hold on.
It's not going away anytime soon. But NASCAR has said they would. They're thinking about doing an
Yeah.
electric series.
Yeah,
So-
it's not confirmed.
But it's talking about what I've heard is like 6-8 race exhibition.
It would have to be short
real
tracks.
short.
Do
Yeah,
it like
yeah.
SRX.
Even as a
SRX
new-
That-
is
that's what
phenomenal. It's
Yes.
a great series. It's a great 6 to 8 week program. Do it like something like
that's
that.
what they've said.
Listen,
Have fun.
The one
have
thing-
your Cup Series drivers come on over, which they do in the SRX series, and have fun and do it. Why
so
not?
has anyone here driven
What's it
an
gonna
electric
hurt?
car?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Okay. So the
No.
thing is, the power is instant because it's the instant torque, has a lot more torque. You put these cars on a short track with with motors, that have 500, 600, 700 horsepower and 1,000 torque.
Look at me.
They're gonna burn the crap out of those
Listen,
back
hold on,
tires.
listen,
Just
listen.
drifting
I'm
through
Hold on,
the
I'm
thing.
going first.
Okay,
Listen.
Go ahead.
We look.
Hey, you need to calm down.
We need to rename the podcast. I'm here for the speed and the noise.
Yeah.
If
Okay,
I go,
fair
bro,
enough,
I'm not,
fair enough.
bro.
Have
I'm
you
not
ever
going
heard that
to a-
electric Emmett
bro,
engine hum?
No, it's worse
I
than
have
that.
sat at Daytona beyond the start finish line and heard them go by without a motor running. Not about it.
Yeah.
Not about it.
And I'm gonna tell you like this: I'm a new NASCAR fan, but I am absolutely not about electric vehicles in the sport.
guys are-
Absolutely not.
I-
No, hold on. As
Because
as
I
an-
love the motors.
But what about it as an exhibition?
I just love loud motors. I love it, man. And that makes the sport. I mean,
No, it does. It does.
Absolutely. I've been to
Yes.
Talladega. I've been to Atlanta.
That's
It
why
makes
going
the race
there,
experience
the
on a
biggest-
Sunday.
But this would be
100%.
If they did an electric series at the same track on a Monday,
It's not
I'd
the same.
100% tune in.
Dude,
No.
it's not the same in person
Saturday,
though.
or Saturday doubleheader with Xfinity. I would watch.
Why not?
As an exhibition, but you
Half the
cannot let
field.
this creep in with the Cup Series.
No. It would have to be
Make
its
it
own
a
separate
different
league.
series.
I'm even fine with NASCAR being a nostalgic.
You know how, like,
let the
NASCAR
EV thing go, and we're gonna be a nostalgia thing of the past.
You know how like NASCAR does the grassroots series and they do all the K&N stuff, the short track stuff? Do something like that. Do a
what I'm saying.
NASCAR
How are you
EV
gonna
series.
afford it? That's
NASCAR can afford it.
No, but
they just penalized a
no,
buttload of money
hold
from
on.
everyone, and they'll do
No,
it.
no,
They'll
honestly,
continue
Wait,
to do
wait,
it
wait,
again.
wait. You're talking about NASCAR, but these teams that are showing up, they're not. NASCAR's not paying their bills.
Okay, say NASCAR pays the bills.
There
But
there
then
will not be an
no,
ARCA series.
No, the problem
negative.
is if NASCAR pays it, it would have to be the manufacturers.
Okay, they
paying
get
it,
rid of
because
the
the
ARCA and they
manufacturers
do an
are the
electric
ones-
series.
But the
I'm just saying,
manufacturers
if-
are the ones that want to push that.
If the manufacturers are looking to move into an electric field, something of this nature, they're gonna front it.
It's gonna
look,
happen.
But
It's-
Formula One,
It's only
Formula
a
One
matter of
has
time.
their
You might as well be
the
on the
Formula
bandwagon.
E.
Formula One has their version.
Yeah, and it works.
It works as its own little thing.
And I will say this: they're powerful enough that they're louder than you think.
Bro,
But they're. I mean, to be fair, yeah, I agree. It's not. It's not a.
I
a
understand,
cup
but it's
car.
not.
So
the
my
same.
case, jumping back to the Camaro getting gone, I think they're going to replace it with the GTO Firebird Pontiac.
That would be,
kind of nonsense.
bro. That would be.
They're going to
so
need American
cool.
muscle. They're going to bring it back.
that would
They're
be so
going to
cool.
swap it.
I'm about it.
100%. And then after 5 to 10 years, they're going to bring back the Camaro, just like they always do. It's like the Bronco left, and they brought back the Explorer. Explorer? Yeah, Explorer for Jurassic World when that came out.
That was
and
the
then
first
they
time, I think.
jumped back to the Bronco. Now the Bronco's back. It's a flop of the hand. They're never going to get rid of it. It's just what's coming out next year.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to our About It section. So, for anyone listening for the first time, this is where we basically rate these different topics and we say if we're about it or if we're not. First topic: Hendrick and colleagues' appeals for their penalty are set approximately 3 weeks after the penalties were issued. So, I don't know who to throw this to first because I know one person's probably going to be a lot longer than the others. Jake, I'll go with you first.
No, I don't have much to say. I'm just not about it. I mean, there's just in the playoffs they can do this in a week. I don't understand why we can't do it a week. Door bumper clear said it perfectly. When you get a speeding ticket, it has a court date on it. So there's really no reason why the appeal date can't be the next week, man. Not that I recognize, but that's just how it should be.
Yep. Matt?
I am not about it being so long in the future, being so far forward. I think, like Jake was saying, it should be handled pretty quickly, especially if the evidence is there and the parts are manipulated in a point of a advantage. I think they should just get it settled, get it done, close the case, and move on to the next week, because this is one of those situations where if you bring it out week to week, it's going to be super annoying, and then nobody's going to know how point standings are. And, oh, well, William Byron is in the lead. Oh, now he's not in the lead. It
can
super
affect
frustrating.
strategies.
It's going to be super frustrating. Get it done, get it handled, figure out if you know if it's against it, call it.
Okay. So yeah, I'm kind of with you guys. I'm not about it. I think this is bad because I mean, they have already been serving their penalty. So it's been 3 weeks. The penalty was only these guys, like their crew chiefs were gone for 4 weeks.
Yep.
By the time they get to this thing and they say, "Oh yeah, no, you guys were good the whole time." Well, now I just lost my crew chief for 3 weeks for absolutely
no
reason.
reason. Yep.
And I think that's wrong. I think something where you're suspending a crew chief and it's not something, because it'd be different to me if NASCAR said, "Hey, you're going to appeal. All right, you don't have to serve your penalty yet until the appeal date. You don't have to start serving it now." If that's the case, then I'm a little bit different on it. But in this case, it's like they had to start serving that immediately. Now, in this case, these guys, even if they're good, they're still going to end up serving 3 weeks without their crew chief. So I'm not about it. I think it throws off the strategy, and I don't see why it takes this long. So, Nate.
Yeah, I'm not about it. I mean, if you're gonna give a penalty, let it serve right there in the moment and let that be it. So.
Oh, wow, that was fast. I expected you to go a little longer on that one. All right, so moving on to topic number 2. This is our first race, road course race with stage cautions not being present. So what did we think? Matt, I'm going to have you go first. What did you think? No stage cautions for this race.
So from the viewer at home, because we obviously weren't at Coda, Texas, Austin being weird, we thought it was great. Or at least I thought. I'll speak on myself. I thought it was a great race. I was very entertained. They were able to capture all the highlights, all the moving, all the cautions, all the wrecks, everything right here on TV. I thought it was phenomenal. You didn't see a lot of teams strategize into the stage cautions. Some teams did, and they were like, hey, 2 to go before the stage ends, and they pitted, which is fine. They can do all their own thing and figure out their own strategy. Obviously, it worked out for Tyler Reddick because he won the race.
Yeah.
But I was 100% about it. I thought it made the race a lot better. It took away, obviously, 2 cautions, which who knows how many laps that could have been in a road course that was 3.5, almost 4 miles. So I was 100% about it. I thought it was a great road course if they stick with it through the year. I thought this was a success. I'd like to see it at another road course before they finalize whether they're going to keep it or not, but I thought it was great.
Yeah, Jake.
I mean, so based off of the sample size we saw today, I mean, it was pretty good. You know, I liked it. I thought the restart stage 2, the start of stage 2, right? The end of stage 1 ended on like literally hit the restart zone and cross the finish line.
Oh,
Yeah, that was weird.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was
Oh, no,
Byron
that was
won it.
stage 2.
was it stage,
Stage
2?
It
two.
was
So
it was going into stage 3
so a
because
couple
you had to
hundred-
send your picks in. Remember?
Yep.
So no, it was stage
Your
1.
garage pick.
No, your
The
garage
end of
picks.
stage 1.
Yeah, but garage.
No, I'm talking about- I'm talking
yeah,
about
yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying. Sorry.
The
sorry.
restart, they hit the restart zone and then they raced a couple hundred feet to the start finish line.
And that was it.
for the stage points.
It was great.
So that was interesting. But so far, so good. I like it. I'm about it so far. We'll see how it goes. I'd like to, a couple of road courses down the season and see
Just
how
see.
we feel.
Yeah.
Nate.
So I'm about it. It was a great race.
that was it,
Yeah.
Nate.
Yeah, I'm about it.
Keep it going, Nate.
Man, you were talking
I
fine before we
think-
started this.
I think at the beginning of stage 1, there was a lot of,
Uncertainty, maybe.
I think just aggression to try to get position early that helped a lot. Where we saw guys riding a lot in stage 1 and stage 2, you saw a lot of aggression and just an animosity to just want to get position right away, which led to a lot of great racing just right out the gate.
Yeah.
So we'll see maybe as they go throughout the season, maybe that goes away, maybe that gets better. I mean, we'll just have to see.
Yeah, yeah. For me, I was definitely about it. I think it definitely especially when we started getting into pits, we started to have a lot more varying strategy, and I think that was something that was severely lacking with the way that the road courses have been done in the past, because everybody was on one of two strategies with the last races. The last 2 races were either you're getting stage points or you're going for a win. That was the 2 strategies. There was very little variation in that, and I think this new setup, we got to see a lot more variation with that. So it definitely gave us a better idea for that.
I agree. I like the cautions because they're like evenly paced throughout, but I didn't like what it did to the strategy last year.
Yeah,
I wasn't about it. So
The
I
road
like what
courses
it's
last
doing
year
this
were
year.
rough, man. Everyone knew when the cautions were coming out, because
Yeah.
you knew when stage 1 ended, when stage 2 ended, and when the race ended. They could plan accordingly. Granted, there were random cautions that would occur, but was it enough to implement? What's the word I'm looking for? Impact your already set plans, for the race. If a caution came out 3 laps before the stage, was it enough to come in and pit then, or did you want to wait till the stage end?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Last year I thought a lot of the road courses were very planned.
I would
You
say
could
it felt
almost-
planned.
predictable.
predictable. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed very predictable. You could know if you're going to pick the pole winner for the race in your fantasy league, you were going to
Yeah.
at least get a stage win, if not 2.
yeah. You
But
could tell who you were going to
This
get.
race,
for
it was
that.
a lot more random. You didn't know who was going to win.
Especially after all the green white checkers.
Granted,
I would say, but
Tyler Reddick and William Byron were fast. Like, it was easy to pick them as winners because they were just astronomically faster than everyone else. But in the long run, if those 2 contenders weren't in the race, who were you going to pick? It was hard to
I
tell.
agree with you, but I will say it was kind of fun and got old a little bit. I don't want to see this every road course, man.
Really?
You don't want to see it? Really?
This was too much chaos. It's the reason why we say chaos at the beginning.
no.
the stage cautions?
No, I'm just saying in general. In general.
Okay, well, that's just RFK.
No, I'm just saying like
yeah,
Yeah,
take
thanks a-
RFK out of this equation.
Thanks a lot, Brad.
You got a lot cleaner race, but Brad.
No,
hey, listen, Brad
I mean-
spins on every raid course. You can't pick him up for those.
you went from a super predictable stage 1 and stage 2 and kind of a chaotic stage 3 to the race was kind of chaotic at the beginning and the end. It was just a lot of chaos, man. It's just I mean, at the end, I think we all kind of agree. It got to the point it was like,
Yeah.
come on, guys.
Yeah, because I was
know?
definitely.
I mean, but that's the general consensus of any road course. At
Yeah,
the
but
end.
the whole point of getting rid of the cautions was to get rid of the stupidity at the end of the race. I mean, there was zero respect at the end of that race.
I think that happens
Zero.
regarders, though.
No, they were both.
No, it does,
think it
I
happens
agree, but not prior to stage cautions 4 or 5 years ago. That wasn't a thing.
But,
Oh, yeah,
There
it
was
was.
way more respect.
However,
Ah, man, they were wild. Road courses were wild.
No way.
I actually.
All right, well, I'm
way.
gonna be honest. I
don't
can't
remember.
really remember.
I
It
was
was a
gonna say,
long
I
time
don't
ago.
remember.
Okay,
This
Jake
was-
probably has a better memory than I do.
There is only a couple
I'm gonna
races.
say it was wild.
there's only a small handful of races that had any kind of door banging, bumping out of the way at a road course.
And all of them were with Chastain.
No, I'm talking about pre-stage cautions.
I think he was still in truck seat.
5, 10, 15 years ago.
You guys have all
This
this
is
input.
this is a new thing that started with the development of a stage 3 15-lap shootout at a
Okay,
road
well,
course.
in all fairness, Coda's only been around for like 2 years.
That's what I'm
This is
saying.
the third
dude.
year.
Yeah, this is year
the
3.
third.
So 2 years prior. Today's the third.
But they still drive without respect.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
they
that's
gotta
true.
Get
But
as many points
I
as they can.
I
Get
like
it.
Winner
I
in, you're
like
in.
it, but this is too much. I don't want to see this every week.
So how do you fix it?
I mean, there's only
I don't think stage
7 of
points
these
is
a
gonna win
year,
it.
bro.
Only.
I
right?
don't
More of that than anything else.
I don't think
I
that
think
fixes
this
it,
is a
though.
better conversation for Chicago.
Ooh, that's
I
gonna-
think
Is that the next road course?
No, it's not the next road
That's the
course.
next
That's
one.
July 4th weekend.
Indy?
But I think
or Sonoma.
No, the next one should be probably Road America. Are they still
they're
doing
No,
that?
Road
they're
America's
not doing
Road
that?
America. It
They
might
might
be.
Might be Sonoma.
Yeah,
It might be Sonoma.
I can't remember.
We'll see. We'll
Whatever.
see.
Anyway,
I
we'll
just
figure it out.
the way you know what I liked about William Byron? He could have picked the inside line behind Reddick
Mm-hmm.
and just dive bombed him and just raced him like a total
Kind of what
jerk.
Chase Briscoe was doing.
Pretty much. But Byron would
Oh, it's
choose
Indy
the
then.
outside and race him clean.
Indy road course, right?
That's what I don't like about Indy. It's just disrespectful racing.
Hey, man.
But you know
gotta
what?
take
Dude,
every
you're
spot you
you're
can.
about the aggression.
Yeah, but there's a line. Everybody has a different line. To me, this was too much.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
This is why I didn't like Stage 3 at Indy last year either.
Yeah, but okay.
It was ridiculous.
Okay,
amazing.
but I agree. But let's bring it back to our topic about the cautions for the stages. That doesn't change anything. If anything, I don't think that
think
Unless-
changes.
unless
You're probably right.
I don't think that changes.
I
think there's just a new movement going through the garage. These younger guys that are like, I'm going to make a name for myself at the expense of whoever is in front of me.
No. I don't think it's that. You got new guys that are coming into the series knowing it's either checkers or wreckers. You win and you're in.
Yes.
That's it.
you're winning. You're in.
You win and you're in. If they don't,
That's
have,
a byproduct
that's
of
the
a late
mentality.
race yellow at a
Harvick
road
doesn't
course.
have.
Yeah.
In all honesty, someone like Harvick doesn't have that mentality. Granted, he knows if he wins it, he's in, but he's still out there for points. He knows if he finishes well and he can manage points, he's gonna get in. But you're talking about these Austin
I don't think
Cindrics.
so, bro.
You don't think Harvick has that mentality anymore?
I don't think you point in this year.
Hey, that's totally
Well,
different. I'm
this
talking
is
about the
week 6?
mentality of the racetrack drivers.
Yes.
5 different winners so far. I don't think you point in this year.
Not at this current
rough.
rate.
Nope.
That's rough.
Nope.
No, I didn't.
Corey LaJoy could have won in Atlanta.
Corey LaJoy has been
Gonna
good
win in
all year.
Atlanta.
He's gonna win in Atlanta.
He
speaking
very
it
well
into
could.
I
existence.
just think you absolutely. I mean, we're getting way off topic. But
Yeah.
I don't think you point in.
Yeah. So all right. So next our about a topic was Kyle Busch. No, not Kyle Busch. Bubba Wallace has some interesting comments after getting out of his car. I'm going to play it for you guys. I got the interview here, so bear with me. Well, hopefully I can get this to work correctly. So let's see what Bubba had to say after getting out of his car.
Broke toe link in the rear and then oil line. Just trying my hardest not to go down that slippery slope of self-doubt right here. 2 weeks in a row making rookie mistakes, 6 years in the cup. Need to be replaced.
So, yeah. Who wants to take that one first?
I'll take it. I feel like I've given Bubba the benefit of the doubt way longer than most people. I'm over it, man. I'm tired of this self-pity attitude. Like, everybody makes mistakes, bro. But like this whole, I need to be replaced. Like, I'm not about it, man. Just own your mistake and just move on. But it got even worse because then his teammate comes and wins.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I don't
Man,
know.
although I'm with
It's
you,
super trash.
although I'm with you, Jake.
So, okay, hold on. Before he moves on, you're not about it then, right?
I'm not about it. I'm not about
Okay.
his mentality. I'm not about it.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this. You guys know, I'm with you, Jake. I don't like crybabies in the sport. I don't like it.
Then why do you pick Larson?
Ooh.
Oh God.
I'm just
Don't start this.
Press F in the chat.
I'm going Bowman this
I'm
year,
sorry.
all right?
I
Don't
only
start.
had to say
Don't
that
start
because
with
you
me.
have a Larson hat on.
I know. All right, but it
Larson's
was
not a crybaby.
It was on sale last week. Out of Atlanta.
Yeah, I wonder why.
But listen, although I'm with you, Jake, I'm gonna have to say the fact that he admitted, the fact that he's owning up to the fact that he screwed up 2 races in a row. Okay, I can respect that. Unlike someone unlike someone like Kyle Busch,
Oh, I agree
where
with you there.
last year it's just excuses, blaming everyone else. You know, he owned up to it and he said it himself. I made rookie mistakes the last 2 races.
You about it or not?
About his comments.
About Bubba. You about it or not?
I'm about it.
All right, I'm gonna fight you on this.
I'm about it, bro.
Here-
Because he's
hold
owning
on.
up to it, dude.
But here's why I became a Chase Elliott fan right away, because he was humble and different, and he owned his mistakes, and he was hard on himself, but not like that. He was hard on like, I gotta get better, I gotta do better, not like, oh, woe is me, they just need to replace me. Nah, bro, I'm like, there's too much, bro.
Yeah. Well, you guys know I'm not about the crying and the like, oh, woe is me. I understand that, and that's why I'm saying I'm not about him crying about it and oh God, they need to replace me, but he does need to get that attitude of like, I need to step it up.
Yeah.
That's what I want to hear in his interviews.
Yeah, own it, and
Own
I'm
it.
gonna freaking fix it next week.
Next race, I'm gonna be up there.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, not
Hey,
they
he's
need to
got a good
replace
chance
me.
next week,
Like,
too.
dude, I'm not about that.
Richmond.
But I am about him owning up to his mistakes, because you know what? Last week at Atlanta, I expected a lot more from him.
Yeah.
You know?
You mean more than spinning out on
More-
lap 7 by yourself?
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. He owned up to it, though. At least he
Yeah.
owned up to it. He didn't blame it on his team. He didn't blame it on his crew chief. He owned up to it.
I just don't like the comment of,
I need to be replaced.
I need to be replaced, because that, to me, you're already mentally being defeated. If you're being
Yeah.
mentally defeated, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Then you
I'm not about
might
that.
really need to be replaced.
Yeah, I
you're
think
right.
that's where I would draw the line right there in that entire conversation or everything he just said. Like, granted, he had a mistake, he wrecked himself out, all that kind of stuff. But the fact that he said, I need to be replaced or I'm about to be replaced, you're shooting yourself in the leg.
He's
you know?
mentally defeating himself.
Yes, and I think that is the biggest problem for Bubba. I've had some years where I'm really rooting for Bubba, and I've had some years I'm really not rooting for Bubba. I thought it was very humble when he was with the 43 team and he got second in his first race at Daytona, and he got second in the Daytona 500.
Bro, we jumped
and
on the
he was
Bubba fan
crying.
wagon so
He
fast.
was literally crying about how humbled he was. He's like, I can't believe I got second. I need to tell my mom. I need to tell my dad. I need to tell everyone I know that I got second at the day. He was so humbled. And now he's coming out saying, oh, wow, I should have done so much better. I should just be replaced at this point. Like, are you trying to lose your job?
Yeah.
What? How should Denny Hamlin respond to this? Like, I think that's
He's
the
going to go on his
question.
podcast and get
Luke,
a
hey,
How is he going to
He's
respond
gonna get
to
fined. That's
one
bad.
of his primary drivers, the driver of the 23 car, who is in the name 2311, wanting, if not asking, to be replaced.
But you
that
know what?
makes no sense to
that
me.
could
So
be
I'm not about
frustration
it.
because who was the one that spun him out?
he
couldn't
did.
tell you.
He
I
overshot
think he
the
spun
corner.
himself.
He overshot the
If not,
corner,
it was
locked
Larson.
up
I
the
can't
rears,
remember.
and
There was a
totally
whole
wiped out.
bunch of
There was a
cautions
lot.
that
There was a
happened
lot
in
of
there.
calamity.
No,
Yeah,
he
that's right.
he made a mistake.
Again, his caution, he literally could have said everything up to the point of I should be replaced or I should be replaced or I need to be replaced, and he would have been fine. I
Yeah.
think that was a bad comment.
I'm not about it. I was never like a huge Bubba fan, but in the last few years, I was starting to be like, man, like he gets a lot of hate. Like, it's Bubba, so he gets a lot of hate in the sport and everything.
He gets a lot of unfair.
and it's
hate.
unfair because
But
he
he's
actually
funny.
is.
He has good content.
he's
He has a
good.
great personality.
He has
in
a lot of
aspects,
a lot of
the
emotion
in the sport.
He's actually a pretty good driver at
Brings a
several
lot of
different
fans, too.
several different disciplines. He's a very good super speedway driver. He's okay on the short tracks and stuff like that, but pretty good. But the thing is, he keeps doing things that just makes me go, Bubba, stop. Stop it, man. Like you're making it hard to defend you, man.
think-
You look at the situation with Larson, like what
Yeah.
happened last year, right?
Last year, yep.
Like he gets out, walks across and everything about that. It's like, Bubba, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Stop letting your emotions get over. And that's what's I think happening here.
I think what every driver. You say you're about it. You said you're not.
I
right?
am not about his comments.
So I think every driver makes mistakes. He's still a relatively new Cup driver, especially relatively in a good team. He's gonna make mistakes,
yeah.
and I feel like the fan base and people expect that.
Yeah.
Maybe Michael Jordan has a different standard, Denny Hamlin, but I mean,
When was the last time you ever heard
I
Michael
didn't-
Jordan say something like he just said?
Oh, never.
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 He would be like, I let my team down. This is on me. We'll be better next time. And he came out and would come out and drop 60 points in the
And
season.
you know what?
I'm about that.
That's what
That's
Bubba
what I'm
needs
saying.
to do.
And
I'm
I
about
want to
that.
see Bubba do that.
That's what Bubba. So to be fair, maybe this is a good thing because maybe Jordan be like, bro, like come here, and maybe he'll pull him aside and talk to him, be like, no.
I hope so.
But that's how Chase was.
Yeah.
He would lose races based on a restart because he just messed it up, and he would be like, "I messed up. It's my fault. I let my team down. We're gonna get better."
Yeah.
And he said that for like 2 years because he struggled. He was learning to be a Cup driver.
It took
and
him
then you
a
know
few
what?
years.
He became a champion.
Hey, he had a lot of good mentors too,
So I've been listening.
That is
pushing
true.
him along.
That is true.
I've been listening to Jeff Gluck's 12 Questions podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's phenomenal. One of the questions is he asked the drivers, what's the number one skill any race car driver could have? By far, the answer that's coming up the most in some vein of that is mental toughness.
Yeah.
So if Bubba can fix that and figure that out, dude, he'll be a monster, bro.
Yeah.
He seems defeated a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By
Like, even-
himself.
Yeah. Even with his facial expressions and, when the camera pans to him, he just looks defeated, man. He needs to really take the attitude like his owners, right? Because we're talking about Michael Jordan. We're talking about someone like Denny Hamlin, where it's like, bro, get that champion
Yeah.
mentality.
Get good,
Yeah.
bro.
Run
real.
good, dude. Like,
Yeah.
that's all you got to do, bro.
No.
You know who else see have that same kind of mentality? I think a little bit is Ryan Blaney. I think he's really beating himself up this year. Last year, this year, I think it's all flowing into almost like a big snowball running down the hill like an
Yeah.
avalanche.
Yeah.
And he needs to get over that mental toughness that he's been running into.
He ran terrible today, though.
He had multiple issues.
Listen,
We
I'm
should
saying
we
Blaney
should pick
was
up
good.
the under over on Brad or Blaney, who would have the most spins.
Though. I don't know,
Maybe
but
looking like spinning tops. What is that like?
Beyblades.
Yeah. There you
Let it
go.
rip.
Blaney versus Kalowski.
No, I think no offense, Matt, but Brad had him by a long shot, dude.
Hey.
How many times did Brad spin out today,
Bro,
dude?
hey, after about number
Enough
4,
to
I've
get
been
out
like,
of the race.
bro, after number 4, I've been like, I'm parking it.
Hey.
It's broke. It's
did.
gotta
Bro,
be broke.
join
Dude,
Josh Williams, bro.
He parked it in the grass. Remember?
it's
did.
like, this thing has to be broke.
Oh man.
Hey, listen, I'm a Brad Keselowski fan, but I know not to pick Brad during a road course. That's a no-no.
Dude,
Yeah.
he
That
is-
was a rough
man,
day, bro.
Super
I mean,
Speedway? All
Absolutely.
day.
It was,
Road
my,
course is a big
it
no.
was my first time watching a road course, but I would definitely never pick Brad.
Watch
At least you're
watch
learning
him,
early.
I say watch him come out in the next one and just dominate the whole
yeah,
thing.
right?
I would love to see it.
All right. So moving on to our last about it topic, we have a boatload of caution and chaos at the end of the race. We have at least 3 overtime attempts, we should say. So there is definitely going to be there's definitely a lot of them. I think there was at least 3. There might have been a 4th.
There's
I didn't
3.
catch- Was it 3? Okay, so there was 3.
3 overtimes.
overtimes. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
man.
So
Jeez.
all right. So Nate, let's let you go first. What do you think? You about it?
It was exciting, honestly.
Said a yes or no.
Someone that, of course, new to the sport. This is
About
my
time you said
first
it.
full NASCAR season.
Is this,
whatever.
You said this is your first road course, right? Road course.
This is my first road course.
Yeah, because
And
you got plugged in and there was no more road courses.
Yes.
By the time you started watching,
Because he
last
started
year.
at what, playoffs?
playoffs last year.
But we didn't hang out for the Roval, so you missed
Correct.
that one.
Roval's,
Yeah.
Roval's like half a road course.
Yeah, and honestly, and
kind of
like
a
I
road course.
like I told the guys, road courses are probably now my favorite. And everybody has their. I know Jake is really getting at me on this, but you know what? Everybody has their preference, and you know what? I went for Jordan Taylor today.
Big
Unfortunately,
mistakey.
yeah, he didn't do as well as I thought he would. He did
did
do
really
well
well.
during the race.
He ran good until them cut boys put them elbows out.
Yeah. He couldn't hang. But you know what? It was an exciting race. I really enjoyed it. And the cautions towards the end were very exciting. And I loved it, man. I'm so about it. Super about it. I loved it. I thought it was very seat clenching and just wanting to see what was gonna happen next. You really just didn't know what was gonna transpire out of all of that chaos. And so I'm super about it.
All right, so I'm gonna jump into it with all the cautions at the end. I was about it because of the same reasons. It brought a lot of action. It brought a lot of entertainment. We were blowing up Twitter as much as we could.
That was super fun.
Bro, it was a lot of fun. Like, we were posting memes. We were
Open
posting,
the door.
Open the door. When we saw,
Hey, the memes were
Priest.
tweeting themselves,
when
bro.
we
That was
saw-
so easy.
When we saw, what was it? Ryan Priest
Yeah, Ryan
and
Priest.
Christopher Bell. Both their cars looked identical. We did the Spider-Man gif where they were looking at each other, pointing their fingers. I thought it was great. From a sportsman aspect, looking at it, I bet those drivers were so frustrated, especially Tyler Reddick.
So,
Like,
so are you about it or
yeah.
not?
I was about it. Personally,
You're-
as a
you're
fan,
about it.
I'm about it. I'm about all the cautions. I'm about the chaos. I'm about the drama. I'm going to be about it. On the flip side, looking at the driver's perspective, I bet they were super frustrated. I bet they wanted to finish that race, get out of the car, go to bed. They were probably tired, hot,
sweating.
sweaty. Oh, I feel so bad for them. But for me, I had a great time. I thought it was great.
So looking at it for personally, and I think that's how we have to look at this as, as a fan, because ultimately we are just fans of the
I'm
show.
not a driver.
Yeah, I'm not a driver. I'm about it. It was entertaining. It kept going, and it just basically, how many times have you said, like, you watching a race, like, man, I wish this would never end? Well, it kind of felt like that with this race.
Yeah.
It felt like it was never going to end. So, obviously I feel bad I don't feel too bad for Tyler because, he did win the race.
Man,
But, man, he looked tired. Bowman's cool suit died.
I think Tyler
So-
won that race like 4 times.
He did. Bowman's cool suit failed, so it was pumping hot water through his suit. So he got out of the car and was about as red as you can be. So he looked exhausted. Tyler, after celebrating, was passed out next to his car and everything.
Not passed
so
out.
Okay, not passed out.
He
Sorry.
was
He was
physically
spent.
But
exhausted.
he was
spent.
exhausted.
He was
Yes.
spent. Yeah. So I'm about it as a fan. It was exciting, but I do kind of feel for those drivers. They were
Oh,
Texas
yeah.
had to
get
have
weird.
to.
Texas gets weird, man.
not Texas,
Oh.
Austin.
Oh, Austin. Oh, excuse me.
I have to make sure I preface. My wife is from Texas. I have to tell you.
Houston's fine, apparently. It's just Austin.
No, Houston's terrible. No, Houston's terrible. Dallas is okay, and Austin is just weird. There's a ranking system. Don't worry, I'll forward you the PDF. All right, Jake,
Texans.
what do you think about it?
No, I'm not about it.
Oh God, here we go.
So the racing purist in me wanted there to be a clean finish.
There was.
I was
Jake, stop with the semantics,
Listen to me.
bro.
I wanted to see Byron and Reddick race it out, man. It was about to be a great 4-lap race.
And then it turned
Byron
into a
was
great
right
12-lap
there.
race.
At least.
Says the same guy that said that Tyler didn't dominate the entire
I wanted to
race.
see the race finish not legit, but like straight
Be
up.
careful.
I wanted to be a little more straight up. Like the way they raced at the end and just I don't mind like what Ross Chastain did last year, bumping the guys out of the way for the win. I don't mind. I'm all for that every day of the week. But I don't like the complete disrespect of everybody just sending it in and they don't care if they wreck somebody else.
Dude,
Records
you're
are
the
records, brother.
same one that loves aggression.
I do, but that's too much.
Nah, man, that's the sport, dude.
No, there's aggression in getting in there and bumping somebody out of the way, and then there's getting in there and shoving them out of the way.
Would you
I
not do
don't
the
care.
same thing to win? Don't you
To
want?
win.
Don't you want to take
Hold
the
on,
checker?
Hold on, to win, yes.
I see so
but
much
to finish,
white in Nate's eyes
to
right now.
finish
Dude.
16th,
just gonna eat
no.
my
Because how
popcorn
can you
over
not be
here.
Hold on,
about it?
hold
You're
on,
the same
hold on,
guy
hold
that
on.
always.
Oh, bro.
Come on.
To finish, to win, yes, bro. To win, yes. To finish second, yes. To finish 17th, no, bro. What are you doing? You're 18th, you're 20th. Full send,
Hey.
8 wide. I don't care.
1 point may matter. I'm just
my
saying
God.
that 1 point may matter.
It
Bro.
did come
could.
up.
But
That's
that is
good
a
point.
lack. But bro, that's a lack of respect. I'm not about it.
Come on, man. You're about it all the other races of the year.
No,
Okay,
I don't know.
Jake would wreck his mom for 40th.
Oh my God.
Yeah, probably. But
Yeah.
no, but I mean, like, I get it. But it's like, I don't know, man. I don't like it. I've just been watching racing for a long time. And if you're 18th, you got 2 laps around this place is 7 miles.
You just
Jake,
want to
you
go
gotta
back to 2010,
You
right?
gotta pick a
you got
side.
7 miles to pass a few people. You don't have to do it in the first friggin' corner.
Yes, you do.
It's too much.
Hey.
Not top 10, I'm in. But like 17th, 18th, and you're gonna wreck half the field? Nah, bro, you trash.
Take them out.
I mean,
man.
I'm
hold
not
on.
about it.
There might
I
be
have
a
better
strategy
tires.
because if there's so many wrecks, if you clear out the field, you
Not
can get
about
up
it.
farther.
I don't care. Not about it.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Too many.
Jake,
it's too
you
much.
need to pick a side.
I would
okay?
take- He
did.
Either
I
you're
mean, he
on
did.
the aggressive driver side. No, because other episodes he was
No, bro.
about the aggression, right? he
Jake-
was talking
Jake's
about
about
door your
specific.
teammate for the win.
For the win.
Door
For the
and
win.
wreck is different, bro.
Okay. Okay. To be fair,
Door and spin their freaking butt out in the gravel is different.
let me defend Jake
I'm gonna
for
fight
this.
you right now.
Let me defend Jake here. There's like he said, there's a difference between wrecking someone for a win and wrecking someone for 30th.
That's true.
Bro, I'm just trying.
That's true.
Like,
I'll give you that.
But
hold on,
points
hold
matter,
on, hold
dude.
on, hold on. If
You
we
gotta
go,
talk about
hold on.
the sport in general, dude.
It's a long
Wait a minute.
season. They can
Wait a
get you
minute.
back.
If we go to New Smyrna,
A point can matter.
if we go
Agreed.
to, hold on. If
Sorry.
we go to New Smyrna, if you get bumped out of the way, no big deal. If you get wrecked and your car gets wrecked, what happens?
Fight.
Your butt gets whooped.
There's someone waiting
real.
for you at pit road.
Bro, like that's racing etiquette.
But they don't have billions of
you can
dollars.
bang doors, that's fine. But when you carelessly send it, and I'm not gonna just name drop drivers because I don't want to sound biased. Because it was
We've seen a lot of drivers.
What
do
was
this.
everybody.
what happens when your favorite driver
I've seen it.
sends it on someone?
I've seen it
I
all the
don't
time.
like it, bro.
Every week.
Come on, man.
My favorite driver's Chastain. I see it every week.
But
okay?
but Chastain for the win last year, I'm about it.
I'm 100.
That's the win.
So
bro.
going-
that's the checker flag.
going to that
that's
race-
the playoff berth. That's that win. That move is everything.
Now, his win
For
last
10?
year, I think, has a lot of good reasons why I think it was a good one. Because
agree.
one, to be honest, him pushing Dinger, I don't think he wrecked him. I think he got him loose and he hit Bowman.
Let me ask you. I agree with you. Everything you're saying.
But
Let me ask you this: where were the wrecks?
He's asking me, Nate.
Where were the wrecks? In the front or the back?
Eighth and back.
In the back.
It's true. It's true.
The top 10 were racing each other with some respect.
aggression, but clean.
Aggressive.
True.
But
true.
clean.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I can agree
But
with
the
that.
back half that kept causing all the cautions, not about it.
Let's
And
talk,
it was almost always on turn one.
But I will
Let's-
agree
let's
with
talk
you. It
about
was
Bowman.
exciting, bro.
Bowman ran a very good race.
Oh, yeah.
He did last
fantastic.
year too.
Last
Until
year was right there.
Chastain gave him the.
well, no, Chastain didn't give
So
him
you
the
got
boot.
Chastain.
He got the boot.
Well, Chastain didn't give him the boot. He gave Allmendinger the boot, and Allmendinger crashed into Bowman.
He still finished second though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, he's
You know, Chastain is good at Coda.
yeah, he is.
He's kind of sneaky.
That's why I picked him.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
I was really
it was
worried.
an unfortunate day for him, but
I'm with you on the excitement all day long, but I don't like the lack of respect from
Lack of respect,
from
yep.
5th, 10th, whatever you want to say, on back.
I hear you.
I
hear you.
love the door banging in the top 10 was amazing,
Yeah.
but beyond that, they're just running into people.
Yeah.
I can't be about that, bro.
Okay, so moving on to our next section. This is our question of the week. We actually had a guy we had an interaction with on Twitter.
Yo, man, shout out to this guy. He's
Shout
good.
out.
Bro.
Yeah,
Love
Like
it.
this dude,
his
bro.
name's Ryan Kuzman. Check him out on Twitter. I don't have his handle. I'm sorry, but if you go into our tweets, you'll be able to find him because we had a long
He's so
conversation.
far like our number one fan.
Yeah, by far. So
Besides
yeah,
grandma.
besides grandma. Yeah.
So shout out to Ryan Kuzman.
Yep. Shout out to Ryan Kuzman on Twitter. So he sent us a tweet and was like, "Hey, what do you guys think at a big track like Coda? What do you guys think about running all three series, meaning Truck, Xfinity, and Cup, all at the same time, like an IMSA race? Now, I don't know how me and Jake are a little more into like the motorsport end of it. So IMSA, there's multiple different divisions of cars. So you'll have like your prototypes, you'll have your GT cars. There's a couple of other names.
There's multiple different classes of the GT. You have like your lower like Camaro Mustangs, and you have like Corvettes,
Porsches and
sports cars, and then you have
does
then
he want
prototypes.
Does he want to like about it or not about it?
No,
or
he
he-
just asked a generic question, like just open-ended question.
what do we think
So,
about
what do
all
we
three
think?
running at the same time, like a multiple class race?
Specifically,
Like
his
that.
tweet did say at big tracks like COTA. So COTA, Road America, where you have huge road courses of 7 miles and stuff.
I
like
love
that,
it.
where there's tons of room.
Typically, the way it starts is you'll see like your main series will go. It'll be about 10, 15 seconds. The next class will run behind them, and then the next class.
Hey, Kuzman, I love it, dude.
Yeah, honestly, thank you for bringing a question forward to make us all think a little bit more about it.
Yeah.
See how many what would be a good base of time for it. The type of cars out there. I'm about it. I think it would be
I'm
great
about it, dude.
at COTA.
Love it, man.
I'm gonna be honest. When I read this, Jake actually sent it to me first, and I was like, I have never even thought of that idea, but I love the idea of at least trying it.
Yeah,
because I'm
Why
like,
not?
it sounds super cool. Now, there's some problems with this idea that I think is the reason why we don't see something like this, and I think that's the problem. I think do you want to go before?
Number one, the Xfinity car cannot be faster than the Cup car.
And I think it might be.
It probably will be.
Or it's at least or it's at least close enough that you would be indistinguishable, which is the problem.
The
currently.
Xfinity cannot win the overall event.
No, it couldn't.
Absolutely not.
And here's the other problem. I
Especially
have.
because they're trying to lower the power of the motor.
Bro.
Yeah. So here's
Goodness
here's
gracious.
another problem that I was thinking about. Y'all complaining about wrecking on turn one at back in the field. Imagine you throw the truck series in there now, and now imagine how many wrecks there are.
Just truck chicanes everywhere.
Truck
so-
chicanes.
I'm so about. I love this idea. but
It's super cool.
But it's got to be at like a Daytona road course.
Have you ever seen
Where you
Thunder
don't-
Valley?
What?
Thunder Valley? Cars 3?
Thunder Hollow?
Thunder Hollow? I'm sorry, Thunder Hollow?
Oh my
yeah,
God,
they'd be
bro.
very similar.
The
Just a little bit bigger.
the figure 8 on a dirt track.
I'm about this, but it has to be on a. It has to be on. It can't be anywhere. It has to be like the Daytona road course that IMSA runs, like that. That doesn't have turn one energy like COTA does,
Or Indy.
or Indy turn one.
Indy.
So you cannot give these stock car drivers an opportunity to show that sign of lack of respect, like I was talking about earlier. Otherwise, it will be the Cup cars will all wreck into turn one, and you're sending the full truck field in.
Yeah.
right behind.
I think
you can't
'cause
do that.
There's certain tracks, like for example Sonoma. I don't think this works at Sonoma. I think it's too narrow.
Really?
No, I do. I don't.
Sonoma could
I don't.
work.
I think the track is too short. In the current Cup configuration, I think it's too short to have 3 series of cars on it.
I think it would only work in Watkins Glen.
Hey, Kuzman.
No, Watkins Glen,
as-
I think you have the same problem.
Hey,
It's too
hey-
small for 3 series
Well,
of
the
cars.
S,
but you got-
we've
you
seen
have
wrecks
a-
in the S's at Watkins Glen. That's
Yeah.
a nightmare.
I think
and
you
turn
have a
one.
good exit to the start and finish and a good entry into turn 1.
So here's the best way I've heard this explained, or the best idea.
Or do it
behind
at
this.
like Sebring.
each
That'd be
team,
a good race.
That'd be interesting.
Each team gets one car,
Ooh.
and you do like a 12 or 24-hour race, and you do shifts between your drivers.
Okay, that's
so
different.
Hendrick gets one car, Stuart Haas, and it's a purely
Bubba and
exhibition.
Tyler Reddick have to do 12 hours at a time.
Okay,
Poor guys.
that's the problem. Is you have some teams with one car, they're at a massive disadvantage. Now they have to find.
I mean,
Yeah, they got to find more drivers. And what are they
Yeah,
going to
but
do? Pull
it's-
more Cup guys? Or
Honestly,
pull-
I think this was a
IMSA drivers.
very good question.
sports car IMSA driver.
we can see how well they did today.
He
Comparison to
was
Cup.
really good till they started being rough.
This was a very good question, and as from someone that's new to the sport, man, I'm literally about everything, dude.
yeah.
Like honestly, like I love racing, and to see something like that would be absolutely incredible.
I'm about it. I don't know. Say you take all 3 series, that's 110, 120 vehicles. That would probably never work. But if you reduce the teams down and made 1 entry per team, it could probably be really awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I would, man, I have said in IMSA at Daytona, even if it's exclusively at the Rolex, I would love to see a NASCAR class.
On a side note, that would be cool. I think that would be awesome. And
I would
with
probably
this,
never miss the Rolex
with this
ever
Garage 56, or I can never remember the number.
I'm
but
hoping
but you know
they
what?
miss the door,
That's
bro.
why that question poses like
Yep.
like
like what?
I'm sorry.
Spit it
like,
out, Nate. Come
Look
on.
what you just said. Right.
Say the words, please.
You would never miss one.
The words, please.
Right.
Yeah.
That would
No, you're
be.
right.
That
I
would
cannot
be,
wait for Le Mans.
And that's what I'm saying.
I can't
That's
wait.
a great question because you
Yeah.
know what? That would cause a lot of people to really tune in.
Yeah, I agree. So I mean, I don't know. I think it's a cool idea. Ryan, thanks for submitting it. I think it's a really cool idea to explore. I think it's something we could talk more about and we can honestly probably go into this forever. But
Thank you, Ryan.
thank you, Ryan,
Yep.
for being
Super
there.
shout out to
Our
Ryan.
number one fan at the moment.
Yep.
keep 'em coming.
Other than grandma.
Other than
Other than grandma.
Yeah, Jake, did you shout out Grandma?
Not yet, but I will shout out Grandma.
No. Shout out Grandma right now, dude.
My grandma listens to every episode, man. Shares it on Facebook. So shout out to you, Grandma. Love you.
Shout out Grandma, dude.
Let's go.
She's
Yeah.
awesome.
She is. She's kind of like everyone's grandma.
Yeah, that's true.
For
That's
real,
true.
dude.
Well,
She
actually,
be loving everybody.
The first time I met Grandma, we played ping pong, and she was awesome, dude. Like, honestly,
First
awesome.
time I met Grandma, we were doing shots.
That's a different kind of story. All right.
She sit there and hammer Jägermeister like the rest of us.
All right, moving on. So we're moving on. Next week is Richmond. We're talking about that. So let's talk. Any highlights? Anything going on at Richmond you guys want to talk about?
can't wait for it.
Yeah.
Hey, listen,
He
I'm-
don't know about Richmond lately.
I'm excited for every single race this season, man. You guys are
It's
gonna,
gonna have the short track package, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm about it.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, hey.
So to
listen.
give you-
Burn them out. Melt that plastic.
This is gonna be.
What
I think it's
plastic?
gonna
The
be a really
plastic
good.
mud flaps
They don't have the mud flaps.
Oh yeah.
in the short
Oh,
track
yeah?
passion.
Oh, do
Yes,
they?
they
Yeah.
do, dude.
Oh, okay, cool.
Look
I
at
know.
think it's
Eckes.
gonna be-
Look at Eckes this past weekend.
Oh yeah.
Burned them out, dude.
Okay.
So-
They
Yeah.
might change that real
So-
quick before
Yeah.
Richmond. You never know.
Burn them out, dude.
So for you, since you don't know, the last couple years, Richmond has sucked.
It's gonna be the best
Hey,
Richmond.
time out. Remember when they started when it was raining? And like the
At-
first
at
Oh,
New
was
Hampshire?
that- that was
It New
Richmond,
Hampshire.
wasn't
New Hampshire.
Was that New Hampshire? Oh, I thought it was Richmond.
They took
That
the
was
green flag.
awful.
It was raining in turn 1, and the top 4 wrecked.
Where's Richmond?
Virginia.
West
Virginia.
Virginia.
Oh God.
West Virginia or Virginia?
I think it's just Virginia.
Yeah.
Virginia's beautiful though.
It is. No, Richmond used to be. They used to call it the action track because it was one of the best races on the circuit,
It
and then it
could
just
come
kind of fell off.
Could come back. Hey, this short
gonna
In
track
the
come
last
package.
couple years, it's not been great. There's been a couple highlights here and there, but I think with this new package, I'm hoping it's going to be really good.
Yeah.
This will be the first short track with this package, right?
Phoenix.
Yeah, Phoenix.
Oh yeah.
It's not a short track.
I mean, yeah, but
It will be
I'm
the
excited, man.
second.
I'm
It will be
excited.
the second solid testing of the short track package. at
That's a
an
better way to
actual
phrase
short
it.
Track.
Phoenix is a real short track.
I think Richmond. I mean, I'm gonna
Phoenix.
be surprised.
I'm sorry.
Whoa, I was gonna say, wait a minute.
Richmond is a real short track.
I
Richmond is
think-
a real short track.
I think Joe Gibbs. They got to come out there and show up.
Denny
I really
Hamlin.
do. They got to show up, man. That's their track where they show up. They bring out the power. They finish all cars top 10, if not top 5.
Yeah, you want to
If
know
they're
what?
not doing that, they're done for this season.
Joe
You
Gibbs
don't
owns this
know.
place.
They
Oh, yeah.
own
Yeah,
Richmond.
Not
seriously.
literally, but like, bro,
They own Richmond.
win
Look at the last
Richmond.
winners of
They
Richmond.
better put Baby Gibbs to work, man.
Yeah, baby kids better get it going.
Man, we gotta talk about that too. I'm not impressed with Ty Gibbs. at all,
Dude,
bro.
that's the whole other
honestly,
subject, dude.
so okay, we could actually
Not
kind of do
about it.
We could do that a little bit. We got a little
Hey,
bit.
Finished top 10 this week.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's because like half the field wrecked.
Interesting.
I'm not. No, bro. I mean, you're right. You're right.
Okay.
But
And-
Kyle,
and-
Kyle
and
finished second. So
Corey LaJoy did not run that great all day and finished 11th.
finished 11th.
So they're
It's a
survivors
Hey,
Yeah.
because
lot of-
the rest of the top 20 wrecked around them. They somehow made it. Anyways, what are we talking about?
Richmond.
Baby Gibbs. Baby Gibbs.
What do we
I think
expect with
Richmond
Richmond?
could either be amazing or it's gonna really be bad.
50-50, man.
Yeah, it's
I'll tell
gonna
you
go
next
one or
Sunday.
the other way. Yeah, so I'm excited. I mean, what I saw with the slipping and sliding and fighting for handling today, I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, I think it'll be good.
I'm really digging this short track package.
I think it'll be good. This will be, like you said, this will be the first good test of the new package to kind of see on quote unquote a real short track to really kind of see. Phoenix is probably not the best to be our very first race on that to really get a good impression on. This is really going to tell us. I think this is going to be the race that tells us, hey, they're going in the right direction, or how close they are to actually getting it.
Yeah,
Listen,
I think
you trying to, give any type of face for Baby Gibbs there. It's like Austin Cindric was sixth.
what are you trying to say? He's part of
Like, bro,
Penske. He's a top tier team. He better be sixth. If he's not sixth,
top tier team,
he's
but
out of a
not
team.
top tier driver, bro.
oh my god,
You didn't see him at Coda in the rain.
bro. Nate don't know about Xfinity Austin Cindric.
I
Dude,
don't. I
no.
don't.
Xfinity, Austin Cindric.
He did pretty
And-
good today.
Hey,
He did
listen,
pretty
I
good
ain't
today.
defending Austin Cindric. I'm gonna brag because
So Nate, to give you an idea, Austin Cindric, when they did the first Coda race, okay, was pouring down rain, like
couldn't see.
monsooning. Okay,
That
bad.
was when Elliott won, right?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
So
Raining,
it was
bro.
pouring. Okay, he is on slicks because the rain. I forgot what happened, but anyway, he's on
a dry
slicks.
spot.
No,
and
he
it's pouring
just
down.
didn't change his tires.
He didn't
started on
change.
slicks.
Okay, all the other drivers came in to get wet tires. He stayed out on slicks and was outrunning the field
On
Yeah.
rain.
with them on rain tires and him on slicks. With
You ever driven a car with bald tires and hit water?
Oh man, that's
That's
what he was
imagine
doing the whole
him.
race.
He was on that and outrunning everybody with
he
brand
was,
new tires.
it
Interesting.
was incredible.
It
Like,
was super like
so. No, the bro can drive, but like, yeah, he's been a
He
little disappointed.
stole Brad's ride. I'll die on that hill.
Oh,
Who's here?
jeez.
Is Jeff here? Hi, Jeff.
Oh,
Good to see
Jeff,
you, buddy.
Oh,
Hi,
Jeff
Jeff.
left. Jeff left his bag.
Bye,
all right.
buddy.
See you,
Love you,
buddy.
buddy.
All right, so yeah, so all right, so wrapping up the show. Anything you guys want to say before we take off?
Oh man, not much. I mean, better luck next week.
I'm
for
excited
Brad.
for next week, man. It's gonna
Yep.
be a great race.
All right, sounds good. All right, guys.
Whatever. You guys can make fun of me all you want.
We will.
No, I hope it's good. I have faith. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be better than last year.
Listen, man.
I think so.
Every race is a good race, and I'm about it.
What about the one you fell asleep in?
It's still a good race. Man.
It was a good nap.
All right, guys. Well, it's been fun. Make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
Yes,
all
sir.
that stuff. We'll see you guys next week where we'll talk about Richmond. Have a good one, y'all.
Yee.
Later.